Hi, it's Miranda, and I am Mother Elephant. Today, let's learn foundation single crochets. For our foundation single crochet, this is our chart symbol. You can see it's got the little chain at the bottom with the single crochet chart symbol. As these get hooked up, there's a bunch of them at the bottom. It's the way that the pattern is signifying. It wants you to foundation, not with a chain, but with single crochets. If you're reading the pattern, it will look like FSC for foundation single crochet. Let's go ahead and try to learn the stitch together. Let's start with a slip knot. I'm going to loop over my finger. I'm going to pull this forward to make my X. I'm going to reach back for this part of the yarn, and I'm going to pull that loop off the end of my finger and tighten down. There's our slip knot. And to do the foundation single crochets, we're just practicing. Let's try to keep our tension a little bit loose so that our stitches are easy to crochet in. So instead of chaining 10 like we would normally do for a swatch, we're only going to chain 2. So yarn over and chain 1, nice and loose. Yarn over and chain 2, nice and loose. So that's 1, 2. For our stitches, you can see there's a front loop right there, a back loop right there, and then an underside. When I'm going to crochet in the second loop from the hook, I'm going to crochet in the underside. So I'm going to push my hook, insert my hook into the very first chain I made, just like that. So now there are 2 loops on my hook. And so to foundation single crochet, we're basically making our foundation outwards, out like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to pull up a loop. Think of this first loop that you pull up as the base or the bottom of your stitch. You're creating the base of the stitch. So now we're going to yarn over and only pull through 1. And then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2. So this is going to be the top of your single crochet. This is going to be these 2. This loop right here is the bottom, and that's what's in the middle. It's okay if it doesn't look exactly right, like what you might expect, because we're just practicing. We're gonna make more foundation single crochets. So here is the bottom of your stitch. You're going to push into that bottom. You're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. This is the bottom of your next stitch. So we're going to yarn over and pull up another loop, and that's where we single crochet. So here is the top of this next stitch, and this is the bottom of the next stitch. So go into that bottom of this stitch, pull up a loop, you're creating the bottom of your next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, single crochet. Here's the top of that stitch, here's the bottom of that stitch. Insert your hook into the bottom of that stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, We're creating the bottom of our next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and single crochet. And this is what, so far, our foundation single crochet is going to look like. Here's the top of the stitch, here's the bottom of this stitch. So we're going to go into the bottom of the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, create the bottom of our next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and single crochet. Find the bottom of that stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, create the bottom of your next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and single crochet. Here's the top of the stitch, here's the bottom of the stitch. Insert your hook into the bottom, pull up a loop, that's the bottom of your next stitch, pull up a loop, and then single crochet. This is the way you foundation single crochet. Here's the top of your single crochet, here's the bottom of your foundation single crochet. Insert your hook into the bottom of that stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. You're creating the bottom of your next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, single crochet. So let's count our stitches. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's 9. I'm not counting this the original chain that we did as a stitch. So we need one more foundation single crochet. Here's the top of the stitch, here's the bottom of the stitch. We're creating our 10th stitch bottom, just like that. And here are our 10 foundation single crochet stitches. If we were going to continue making a single crochet swatch, I would chain 1 and then single crochet into the top of these stitches just as usual. Single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, and then we can count our stitches. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, the benefit or the reason to learn foundation stitches instead of just doing a chain and then doing your stitches is because if you're going to be making a garment, or if you need to make something that needs to have very even stretch across the entire garment, sometimes people might call that ease negative ease, positive ease. If you need the stitches to shrink up or stretch the exact same way, foundation chaining. That is why you would do a foundation stitch. I have one to compare here. I went ahead and did this swatch earlier. It's just 4 rows of single crochets, and you can see these stitches up top don't stretch. You don't get the same, see how it bends? You kind of have to force it to all come the same way. You can really tell that these stitches were crocheted into a chain. Unlike this, it really, I'm telling you, the stretch is completely different. These foundation stitches act just like these single crochets. And so, you would be benefited. It would benefit you to add foundation single crochets into your repertoire of known crochet stitches. And spoiler alert, when I am going to teach fan stitches, so that we can make our pot holder, or not our pot holder, our dish towel that matches our pot holder set, you're gonna need to know foundation single crochets, which is why we're learning this together now. Thank you so much for watching along and learning along as we create our visual crochet stitch library. It's so fun and so wonderful to be able to create something that is beautiful and useful. So learn along with us as we create this library, and I can't wait to see you in the next video, which will be fan stitching. Thanks and have a great day.